Hey guys, Queen Kuli here. How are you? Thank you for being here. I am your shaman, your healer. I am here to help you find your gifts, activate you, and bring you into alignment so that you can really do what you came here to do. And the question I have for you today is, do you know what it is that you're here to do? If money was nothing, you had everything that you need inside of you, which you already do. Are you living the life that you truly desire? And if you're not, why? What is it that you're here to do? What is the promise that you made to God, to spirit when you came here? What is it that would make you so happy that you're like, if I could just do this, I would be so happy? And each one of you is a divine sentient being, and each one of you has major gifts. And some of you may be working with them, some may not be. But I always ask this question because sometimes people don't even know what the answer is. And that's part of why you're here. When we look at people who are singers, or artists or creatives or actors or even if they're in sports and playing basketball or football or whatever, soccer, the people that are at the top, just think about like a Cristiano Ronaldo, or think about a Taylor Swift, whether you like her music or not. She's playing these stadium tours to like 70,000 people a night all the time. And I thought to myself, she's super young. She's been doing this all her life. And she was made to do this. She was created to do this. She's had more hits. She's been writing. She plays instruments, all that stuff. What is it at your highest and best self that you're here to do? And are you doing it? And if not, why? And if you're not, your job is to get there. And for a lot of 11s, we tend to overthink things so much. I was just telling a client of mine, literally 2 weeks can go by. This happened to me last week. 2 weeks went by. And I've been thinking and working and writing out, I want this, this, and this to happen. Here's how I want to manifest it. And I realized at the end of those 2 weeks that I hadn't taken the actions around what has to happen to make my reality come true. Because you've got to think it in your mind, then you've got to take action, and not just any action, but inspired action to support your goal, right? But for 11s, we think about things so much to the point where I could think about doing something, 57 ways to Sunday, and I could think about it until midnight. And then I'm like, okay, I'm tired. I got to go to bed. And then the next day, do the same thing. And it's like, oh my gosh, time goes by. And you're like, I wonder why I'm not where I'm supposed to be. But then it's like, why? Because you haven't taken. So for 11s, the most important thing is you need to take action. And here's the reason that I wanted to bring this up today is sometimes this is not your fault. So sometimes a lot of us, I say this all the time, whenever you're going to your next level or you have just reached your next level of ascension, you will be attacked mercilessly by the dark ones, right? And they'll come to you all different kinds of ways by saying things like, you're not good enough, you're not smart enough, you don't have what it takes. And it's not always in the form of like pure evil that you think it's going to be. It can be a friend saying something to you that really hurts you, or it can be, late at night, that really small voice that whispers in your ear, you think you're going to do this, this, and this, but you never have done it before. You haven't been able to. Do you really think it's possible? Do you really think you have what it takes? Are you too old for the success that you want? Do you really think that based on your track record, you can have what you want? Those are the things that you really need to be aware of, right? I got a download around this that I wanted to go over with you and give to you because I think it's really important. I just received this last night. Actually, no, that's not true. It was I just transcribed it last night. And it said God was saying, there's nothing you cannot do. once forgiveness is in play, the door is open. And when I say forgiveness, that means forgiveness of self, not forgiveness of other people, because it is important that you forgive others, but you also have to forgive yourself for your shortcomings, right? And I've given you everything that you need. When you reach your next level, they will come for you, but not like you think, not always in the form of evil, but anger, frustration, petty, seemingly annoyance that will wreak havoc if left untouched. This is your challenge to stay focused on the tasks at hand. There is too much at stake for you to lose your focus, right? And here's what I want to say about that. Losing focus and confusion are the two ways that you can be distracted off of your goal. And that will not make you move forward because you won't take the action associated with it. So what that means is if they can get you to let's just say that your target's straight ahead of you, if they can get me to look this way, right? Shiny object syndrome or something, and I look that way for 10 minutes, and I get back on, look another way for 10 minutes. It's just kind of like if you're doing your work and then all of a sudden you get on Instagram and then an hour goes by. That's an hour that you could have been doing your work or something else or your side hustle. But now you've stopped because you got distracted. But over time, if you keep doing that, days can go by, weeks can go by, and then 6 months goes by, and you're like, okay, here we are in June. Have you accomplished your goals yet? Are you close? Or have you gotten distracted and you're nowhere near your goals? Or out of all the goals, you've maybe gotten close to one, but maybe not the others. So you're not really where you want to be. For us as 11s, getting distracted is huge because it's very easy for us to get distracted. So how do you combat that? One thing is to set a timer. Another thing is if you're working on your computer, shut everything else off. No distractions whatsoever. And then work for 2 hours straight or whatever amount of time works for you. Because being distracted and confused is huge for us. The second part of this was that you have many gifts. And I would encourage you to use all of your gifts. This is what I was told. Your gifts are too many to count. Use them all. Write, sing, take pictures if you like photography, stories, put it all together. Simple yet profound, causes people to think deeply. Your gifts will move people, and we are all connected. And that's how it was intended. That's how God intended it. You must allow others to help you, right? But I always get this question like, I do more than one thing. I have many gifts. Awesome. But you don't have to do just one thing. What about you taking all of your gifts and bringing them together and then doing something completely different? Because for each of you, it will be different, right? I think it would be fun and awesome if you took all of your gifts, wrapped them up, and then gave it to the world in your way, because that would be different than the way that anyone else is doing it. So pay attention because your gifts are huge. And I want you to have and use all of your gifts because everyone, be it two-legged or four-legged, the animals, needs your gifts, right? We all need, and by the way, this is the Eiffel Tower. If you see a little top, you're like, what's that behind her? Just so you know. Everyone needs what you have. And if you're not sending out your gifts to the world, it's time you did. Because time's going by really fast, you guys. It's already June. Can you believe it? It's gone like that. So let's get back to you, what you're good at, and give yourself props. And let's think about how can you get to where you want to be? What is it that you truly want to do? What's the biggest thing you can do right now? And even if you say that you're far away from where you are and where you want to be, that's okay. Because what's around you right now isn't going to be around you forever. You can change all of that. Just don't get distracted and stay on course. All right, guys, I hope this helped you today. If you want to work with me, please just email me at juliesalant5@outlook.com. The information's below. I'm also starting up a membership program, which I'm going to put out in my next newsletter. And it's going to have meditations in it. It's going to have affirmations. It's going to also have work that will help you understand your gifts, understand how you can make the biggest impression in and on the world and help you stretch yourself to get to where you want to be. So I would love it if you want to get on the wait list for that, because I want to open that pretty quickly. But it's a way to work with me, but not have that one-on-one. So you'd be kind of going through this at your own pace. But I really think it would be helpful for you to understand who you are and what you want to do in the world. So I'm sending you tons of love, tons of happy vibes. Please email me or just let me know below. Leave a comment. Let me know how you're feeling, how we're doing, and how I can help you. All right. I'll talk to you soon.